Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good evening to you, family, wherever you're watching from. Welcome back to my channel. This is Sophie Grace, aka Sophie G, aka Jesus's favorite daughter. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about the power of prayer. The power of prayer. Prayer is so powerful, family. Prayer is so powerful. Prayer saved my life. Prayer saved my life. So in 2019, when I took a holiday to Liberia, all I had in my head was, I'm just gonna have fun. It's been so many years. And also, that was my first time visiting Monrovia, Liberia, which is the capital city of Liberia. That was my first time ever, visiting the city. Because I grew up, in the village. I grew up in a village. I was a village girl. I'm a village girl. So visiting Monrovia in 2019 was my first time ever. Unfortunately, just after 2 weeks, I got sick, very, very sick. I was poisoned. I ate food, drank water. Right after that, got very sick. Very, very sick for 1 month. A good 1 month. But whatsoever that was in that food, or whatever that was placed in that water, it's only God that knows. It's God that knows what was in the food and the water, and also the people that prepared it. It's between them and God. So right after that incident, the food and the water, I got very, very sick. Very, very sick. My stomach got blocked. My chest blocked. I couldn't eat. From that day forward, I could not eat food. And I was sick for 1 month. So imagine not eating food for a month. Just drinking water. Water all day, all night, every second, every minute, every hour. Just water. Drinking water. But one thing I decided to do was to pray. I decided to pray and give it to God. I said, God, I came here on a holiday. I came here to just have fun and go back to my family. How come something like this is happening to me? What have I done? What have I done to someone? Who did I offend? What have I done, God? I was on my knees every night and day. Every day I was on my knees praying, crying to God to save my life. So after a month, my condition was getting worse every day. It was getting worse. So after a month, I had to come back to Australia because the holiday was meant to last for 2 months. So I arrived there, everything was fine. 2 weeks, everything was fine. The first 2 weeks, everything was fine. The third week, that's when I got poisoned. And from there forward, couldn't do anything. It was just getting worse. Day by day, it was just getting worse. So luckily, God helped and I made my way back to Australia. My whole luggage was water because I had to survive. I had to drink water. My luggage was just water because I had to drink. I had to drink. Because it was like, if I don't drink, I would pass out. If I didn't drink water for even 30 minutes, I would pass out or something. So I had to keep drinking water. Every airport that I arrived at, I would buy more water. Just kept drinking water like, God. So luckily, God helped and I made my way to Australia. So from Liberia, I went to Ghana, and then Ghana, Kenya, Dubai, and then from Dubai to Brisbane, from Brisbane to Melbourne. So that night when I ate that food and drank that water, I got very sick. I called my mom. I said, Mom, pray for me. I'm very sick. I'm very, very sick, Mom. Pray for me. I don't want you to cry. I just want you to pray. My mom was crying. My brothers and sisters, they were all on the phone crying. I said, Mom, I don't want you to cry. I just want you to pray for me. Pray for me. God knows. God knows my heart. God knows that I haven't offended anyone. I've done nothing to anyone. This is my first time in this city. And this is what has been done to me. I give it to you, God. And I told my mom, pray for me, Mom. Go on your knees. Get on your knees and pray for me. Don't cry. Don't cry. Just pray. So when I got to Brisbane, and then Brisbane to Melbourne. This story is a very long story, but today I'm just going to talk about prayer. So I'm focusing on the prayer aspect of it. So from Brisbane to Melbourne, even when I was waiting for my flight at Brisbane airport, I just thought that maybe I wouldn't make it to Melbourne. I don't think I would make it to Melbourne. Something might happen. But while I was at Brisbane waiting for my flight, I just did a prayer in my heart. I said, God, please save my life. Please save my life, God. If you save my life, if you give me a second chance to live, if you give me a second chance to live again, to survive, I will submit my whole life to you. I'll give you my whole life, and I will go out there and I will tell the whole world about you, God. Please save my life. Please save my life. Please help me. Please give me another chance. Please give me a second chance. That's the prayer that I did. Just did it quietly in my heart. And my flight came. I got on the flight. And then I was on my way to Melbourne. When I got to Melbourne that night, I was the last person to get off the flight. I was the last person to get out of the flight. I couldn't walk. I couldn't even stand up. My stomach was like, I couldn't stand. I couldn't walk. So the whole cabin crew, everyone came up to me and they're like, oh, you're the last person here. What's happening to you? And I said, I can't walk. I'm very sick. I can't walk. I can't even stand up. So they had to get me a wheelchair. We had to wait. They were like trying to organize a wheelchair for me. So they got me a wheelchair, and I got on the wheelchair from the airplane to the car park, to the parking area where my family was waiting for me at the parking area. So they had to carry me in a wheelchair from the airplane to my family to take me home. I could not walk. God is so powerful. God is so powerful. So it's been almost 2019, 2020. It's been almost 3 years. Before, I couldn't even talk about this. I could not talk about this. But it's been almost 3 years, and I've been healing, I've been praying, and God has done so much in my life. God has literally healed me thoroughly. That's why I'm even able to sit here and talk to you guys. So I never stopped praying. I never ever stopped praying. I said, God, I'm going to continue to pray. I'll keep praying until whatever happens, but I will not stop praying. Praying, drinking water for 1 month. So they had to get me, they had to carry me from the airplane, they had to carry me in a wheelchair to my family. I could not walk. My stomach was killing me, the pain was just crazy. So my mom and my brother picked me up that night from the airport, brought me home. When I got home, I went to my mom's room. First, I gave my son a big hug. I gave him a big hug. And then my mom went to my mom's room and she said, come, let's read the Bible. For the first time ever, my mom opened the Bible and then she went to Psalm 91. So my mom and I read Psalm 91. She read Psalm 91 and we prayed. Family, I'm telling you, 1 month I could not sleep. No sleeping. It was like something, my life was just upside down. So my mom read Psalm 91 and I kept drinking water again. Went to the fridge, got milk, kept drinking. At least I had something, Yeah, so I had something other than water to help. So I was drinking milk and water that night when I arrived in Melbourne. That whole night I was drinking water, milk, prayer. The whole night I was on the TV praying. And the next day, talking to the hospital. I went to the hospital in Brisbane because I was in Brisbane for I think 3 or 4 days. While I was in Brisbane, I called the ambulance like 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Went to the hospital several times. They can't find anything. Checked my blood. Did this, did that. They can't find anything. But I was seriously sick. They couldn't find anything. Came to Melbourne, same thing. Hospital, check here, check that one, check blood, check this, check that. They can't find anything. But yet, I was very, very, very sick. So I kept on praying all day, all night. I was on my knees crying to God, praying to God. After 1 week in Melbourne, my mom took me to this church. This woman, she's an evangelist, a woman of God. She came from America. She came from America. She came here for, I think, she went to Sydney for 3 days. She was in Sydney for 3 days. And she had a program there. She had a worship night, praying for people and all that, doing healing deliverances. Her name is Princess Belemzi. I'll never ever forget that lady, Princess Belemzi. So she came to Australia. She went straight to Sydney, 3 days of prayer, prayers and worships. And then from Sydney, she was meant to go straight back to America. But she said that God told her to come to Melbourne. She said God told her to come to Melbourne. So my mom said, there's a lady from America. She's here. She's in Sydney, and she wasn't meant to come to Melbourne, but she said she's going to be coming to Melbourne for another 3 days. So my mom said, I'm going to take you there for prayer. I was very happy in my heart. I was so happy. So I was in Melbourne for a week, and then that lady came to Melbourne, and my mom and I drove there. But even before my mom and I could even get to the city, to that program, so many crazy things happened. A lot of crazy things were happening to me. Anyways, to cut the whole thing short, luckily we got there. When we got there, they were worshiping. Everybody was singing, worshiping, and just worshiping God. And when I entered that room, when I entered that church, I felt the whole atmosphere, the room, I felt something in that room that I've never felt in my whole life. I've been to so many churches my whole life. Since I was born, I went to so many churches. Even when I was sick in Liberia, I was from church to church for prayers and all that, during the day, at night. But when I entered that room, I felt something that I've never felt before. And I knew that something is going to happen here. God is here. God is here. There's something here. So I just went on the altar and I just got on my knees. Once again, I was on my knees praying and crying to God once again. And before I knew it, I started to vomit. I just started throwing up, vomiting, throwing up, vomiting, just vomiting. Like there was something pushing that, because my stomach was blocked, my chest was blocked for a month. So it was like there was something pushing the poison out of me. There was just something pushing it, like pushing pushing that poison out of me. Like, I was just vomiting and throwing up like that. From that night, my chest became clear, my stomach was free, everything was free. And I could even breathe. I could breathe like, I could breathe all the way down. Because I couldn't breathe. I was just like, my breath was like here. I was just like, couldn't breathe because everywhere was blocked. I couldn't even breathe. After vomiting, I could even breathe. I took a deep breath. And everyone was shocked. The lady was shocked. She was like, what's wrong with you? What happened to you? You know, I said, I went to Liberia and I've been sick for 1 month. I was poisoned. I've been sick for a month. So family, prayer is so powerful. Whatever you're going through, no matter how small the situation is, pray, seek God, and you will be surprised what He would do for you. No matter how big your situation is, no matter how small your situation is, pray to God. Get on your knees and pray. Seek Him. Seek Him till you find Him. So that night, we got back home, and I went straight to the kitchen to eat. Imagine not eating food for a month. And the power of God moved through me. I was able to vomit that poison out. And I got home that night and I ate food for the first time in 1 month. And my whole family was shocked. Everyone was surprised. I was eating food after a month. And I went to bed that night. Oh my God. The rest is just too much. I can't even explain. This story is a long story. But I just want to share this with you guys. That prayer is so powerful. Prayer can change your life. The power of prayer. The Bible says pray without ceasing. Pray without ceasing. And that's exactly what I did. I prayed for 1 month without ceasing. I was on my knees for a good 1 month. All day, all night. That's all I could do. All day, all night, praying. Just praying and praying to God. And He answered me. And He brought that poison out of my system. I was able to breathe. I was able to eat food. The heart of humans, the human heart is so evil. You don't have to do anything to anyone. They would just hate you and they would just want to destroy you for no reason. They don't have to have a reason to kill you. They don't have to have a reason to destroy you. There's so many people out there that their hearts is made of stone. There's so many evil people out there. I'm not going to call names. God knows. The people that did that to me, they know themselves. And God knows. And He has fought that battle for me. So I'm not going to call names. It's between me and my God, and it's between them and God. Because God has already done it for me. He has already given me the victory. He has already won the battle for me. So I don't have to call any names. The Bible says in the book of Jeremiah that the heart is deceitful. The heart is very deceitful. The human heart is very deceitful and is desperately wicked. Very, very wicked. The heart of human beings are very evil, very deceitful, very wicked. We have to pray without ceasing. Pray without ceasing. Pray for yourself. Pray for your friends. Pray for your loved ones. When you're taking a trip somewhere, pray. Give it to God before you go. At that time, before I took that trip to Liberia, I was just a girl that was just living life, partying, chilling. I wasn't prayerful. But right after that food and that water from that day, I knew that it was only God. No one else. It was only God that would save my life. Therefore, I submitted the whole thing to Him and I just kept praying. Just praying, just crying, asking Him to save me, asking God to save me, asking Him to give me another chance. And he did it for me. He did it for me. He changed my life. He saved my life, and then he changed my life. He gave me a better life. And I'm so grateful to him. So, so, so grateful to God. So, my friends and family, today I'm just encouraging you to pray. Whatever you're going through, whatever your situation is, there is nothing impossible for God. There's nothing too big for God. Give it to him. Pray. Pray without ceasing. Prayer is your number one weapon. With prayer, you can win every battle. With prayer, you will win every battle. You will win. So, friends and family, that's my story for today. God bless you all. God bless you and your family. Share this video with friends and family and help someone. You never know. Share this video and be a blessing to someone. Be a blessing to someone out there. God bless you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. May God bless you and reward you. May he give you testimonies just like he did for me. May he change your story. May he change your life. May he meet you at the point where you need him the most. May he meet you at your point of need. Thank you for watching. God bless you. See you next time. Bye-bye.